And rest.
All right. We literally didn't talk at all in that intro like we normally do.
Yeah, that's okay.
We just danced instead.
I guess if you're not watching the video, you don't really know what's going
Yeah.
on.
You're like, did the podcast start?
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Are they alive?
No, we're alive. We're alive. Not well, but alive.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hello.
I'm on like 0 hours of sleep because my work schedule's kind of jacked me up a little bit. How are you, G?
I'm dead inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
You're like, what's new? Why is that a
Yeah.
new announcement?
So I had a friend that watched the last episode of WandaVision, and she was like, if the last episode didn't make you cry, there's something wrong with you. And I'm just like,
yeah.
confirmed, I'm dead inside then, because I definitely didn't cry.
All right. So without spoilers, what'd you think?
Trash. Overall series is fine. Ending definitely led nowhere.
After they stopped doing the whole sitcom thing, I just did not. I was like, okay, you guys rushed everything immediately.
Yeah. So I agree with that. They needed to bring the backstory in sooner, and they should have blended the sitcom aspect, like maybe do like 45-minute episodes, half of it being the sitcom, half of it being the backstory.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it was promising, and then not even theory. And that's the whole thing I hate about this is everyone's like, "Oh, it's like the fan theories that ruined it." It's not even that.
It's not that. There's expectation management that's involved. So they did certain story plots that are involved in other story plots. What do you do? Oh, I thought I already turned that off. But yeah, they were doing story plots that are involved in like other comic book story plots that lead to a certain direction. And if you're like sampling from those stories.
Now, okay, so
and nothing happens involved in those stories, that's not the fans' fault.
Yeah, so is there a theory to be said that they did that on purpose to be like, you guys need to cool it with these fan theories?
No, that's just poor writing, I think, in my opinion.
I don't know. But yeah, we're trying not to spoil anything. Everyone dies.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody dies.
Everybody sucks.
I'm not going to finish that.
Have you, because you don't know it, because you don't know the lyrics. Yeah. Have you seen Coming to America 2?
No, I have not.
It's funny. People hated it. I actually liked it.
I actually saw a lot of fans like that movie where critics did not like that movie. So.
I think the problem with it is that you're trying to watch a movie that was meant for the 80s in a modern time. And also,
that makes sense.
And so, like, my expectations for it, regardless, were just like, this is going to be terrible, because name one sequel that was made like 20 or 30 years afterwards that was actually good. There's probably maybe two.
Boondock Saints 2 superior to the I can't even finish that, dude.
Scary Movie 5 is pretty good.
Anyway.
Fast and the Furious 11 is awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get going there, G?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. Am I going first?
Bam, bam, ba, da, 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 da.
That's not... It goes in...
Round 1.
Now.
Round 1.
If you could make one more season of another TV show, which TV show would that be?
I'm trying to think of like the most obscure TV.
WandaVision. No, I'm just kidding. I would definitely would not like to see a season 2 of WandaVision. I don't think they have anywhere else to go with that.
I feel like they're not going to do anything like that with any of these series.
I could see that. I think they're all leading into other movies.
Yeah, they're just like, how could we make a movie longer? We make it into a TV show.
Yeah, we make a TV show leading into a movie.
I think it'd be nice for Game of Thrones to do one more season, just for the sake of them making up for the shittiness of the writing that they did for the last season. Mm-hmm. But I mean, also if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be upset about it. Breaking Bad would be kind of cool too, but also I think that
I never finished Breaking Bad.
It's a good series, and even the ending was pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, I'm surprised we put it in the hat because I haven't even thought about that.
I think that's a Mark question.
Actually, I think you're right.
Yeah. I honestly am a super fan of Firefly, so I'd go with if they erased the movie and took that out of canon, it's fine. He's not that nerdy. He says he is, but he's not.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, I would do Firefly.
Wait, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Probably Freaks and Geeks too. I think that only got one season. Freaks and Geeks was fantastic. If you haven't been able to watch Freaks and Geeks,
I've never seen it. I've tried watching the first couple of episodes, and I was like, I can't get into it. And that's what sucks is there's a lot of series.
Well, I watched it a long time ago too, so it's. I guess I was in a different. Place.
Which one I would say is remember that Bradley Cooper movie where he knows everything because of the pill?
Oh, Limitless.
Limitless. They made a TV series.
Yeah, I saw that. I would definitely do another.
That was a really good series. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, because it's kind of a buddy cop that it turned into, if I remember correctly on the TV series.
Yeah, it's kind of like Monk mixed with Psych, mixed with Limitless.
Yeah, mixed
That's
with
legit
Limitless.
was what it was.
Yeah, I definitely would like an expansion on that universe. I think that was really interesting idea. But yeah, you're right. That the TV show was okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
I enjoyed it too, but it wasn't like
because it was
blow my mind.
It was like
anything.
one season, and obviously the first season of most shows are pretty like,
Yeah.
So I thought that was going somewhere really cool, but I guess not.
Yeah. Let's flip it. If you were to take away a season
Walking
from a
Dead.
TV show, oh, I didn't even finish that.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I stopped watching that like season 4 or 5, and I was like,
Sorry,
all right.
this rug's jacked up, and
I'm like, there's no more zombies.
Right.
It's just drama about people not being able to live together.
Yeah,
it's
I
kind of
stopped-
like 2020, I guess.
I stopped watching it when they were like in the prison or something.
Yeah,
And then there were like no real zombies. They'd go into like a new cell block and there were zombies, but there was
Yeah.
it was mostly human on human fighting.
well, then there was like this like season where they were just legit just walk like following like railroad tracks, and then they get there and it's like nothing.
Oh, okay, maybe
It's
I
so
finished the
stupid.
prison season and then kind of it was like
Yeah, what that guy?
yeah, I forgot
That one dude with the patch eye like
Ye- yeah,
have to
okay,
leave.
yeah, I finished watching that season. The one after that is where I stopped watching it.
I feel like Dexter probably went a little too longer than it should have.
I never finished that one.
The
either.
Simpsons needs to be done.
I haven't watched The Simpsons in probably a decade.
Last week.
Wow, you watched The Simpsons last week?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
No, so there was okay. So there was. What's funny is like I think Netflix has a lot of TV series that like have potentials and they just don't. There was one called The Get Down that was actually all right.
Okay.
It was like the introduction of hip hop, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't bad. Like the second season kind of dragged a little bit, but I was like, I could probably watch one more and be good with it.
Yeah.
And then it just, they just fizzled out.
Yeah. I think that for me, it's a lot of like sci-fi.
Ooh, I know which one. I know which one. The Dana Carvey show.
Yeah,
there was one
We're
season
not
of
even
that.
going like sitcoms or any. We're going like talk show.
I
kinda
guess just
sketch
TV show,
comedy.
yeah, because it's that and Living Color, but with the original cast. Because I know
Yeah, I
they
could do
revived
that.
it, but Mad TV actually was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Mad TV is pretty funny. It had its time because there was a point where SNL was losing its edge,
Yeah,
and then like early mid 2000s ish,
yeah, it's like Key and Peele and like
Bobby Lee was on there.
Bobby Lee, then remember Stewart?
Oh yeah. Man, I used to know a lot of their names. Now I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, just
What's Miss Swan? He look like a man. Yeah, which is totally like not PC in today's culture, but it doesn't even matter
yeah.
because Mad TV was supposed to be edgy. Did you remember they did a spoof on Toy Story, but it was Sex Toy Story? Did you ever see that
I
episode?
never saw one. That sounds amazing though.
I mean, Woody and Buzz. Guess what they were?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I remember they did one that's like Emo Elmo.
Okay, yeah, I remember
That
that
was
one.
pretty good. There's quite a bit of them in there that were actually pretty good. You know what? Actually, which would be a good show that's kind of on the comedy like spectrum of that would be the Chappelle Show. Is to see like season 3 actually be done like the way he wanted it to, without all the racist pixies. So I know that's what set him on the edge, and it is actually really uncomfortable to watch. But
Yeah, I so there was that whole thing with the Chappelle Show where Dave Chappelle was like, "Stop watching the Chappelle Show because they're not paying me anymore," and then they started paying him, so they brought it back to Netflix.
Yeah.
And I watched it, then stopped watching it, not because he said so, just because I was like, whatever. And then I watched it again, and dude, the first season is so rough. It's so outdated now.
it didn't age.
hard.
It didn't age well for sure.
It did
but-
not age well at all.
But it's still a good season, man. Like,
There's some that are classic, that like the Clayton Bigsby.
oh man,
But a
see,
lot of the R. Kelly sketches are even more fucked up now, which makes them
It's
funny.
still so funny though.
But
like,
there's so many like in between sketches that are so like, I don't know, just so outdated, and the jokes aren't even funny anymore. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I love that we
but-
can talk about Chappelle forever. So let's,
Yeah, we
let's
could.
We'll,
We could.
we'll we got a minute left. Let's go with what are the TV series out there that we would like to see one more.
The Conan O'Brien late night show
Okay, that's
before
that
he
counts.
got kicked off, and then
Did you ever get into The Sopranos?
no, I didn't. I didn't have.
really want
I didn't
to.
have those TV channels.
I
I mean, I had the
Spartacus.
free weekends
Spartacus
where
was pretty
we
fun.
watched the late nights on there. By we, I mean me and my hand.
Oh. Rescue Me would be a good one. I don't think it would age
Oh, with
well.
Dennis Leary.
I love that show.
Dude, okay, so I watched Rescue Me for a lot of the seasons, The only part I remember in that series is a guy is like trimming his pubes and he like cuts his ball sack or something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember in Rescue Me, other than their firefighters.
You know which one is this might ruffle a little feathers. Louie would be nice to see one more season of Louie.
Yeah, I'd watch Louie again.
Aside everything, all the weirdness and grossness he did, that was actually a really, really good show. Mm-hmm. That was like some moments were just like not even funny, just like shit.
My favorite episodes where they had Doug Stanhope on there is like a suicidal comedian.
Oh yeah, and the ends up actually taking his life or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was a really solid episode. But hey, like I said, yeah.
I'm sure we missed plenty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
let
please
us know what you. There's so
put
many
that shit in the comments.
Yeah, there's so many fan shows that are just like a cult following that people just love and like cosplay about, and it's so niche that you don't even like, oh, what is that supposed to be?
Yeah, well, one of the hardest things about that too, man, is that like there's so much content out there now, like in all these streaming services and things like that, that like if there's a niche, it's got to be huge. Like the Tiger King, like that was
perfect timing though.
Oh, but it was so stupid. Like
beginning
of
the pandemic and
just drinking and watching Tiger King the whole time.
Dude, it was awful. Anyway, G, your turn.
Yeah, let's do it.
Round 2.
All right, Chris, second subject.
Sounds like we're cutting that part.
Yeah, we're totally cutting this part.
All right, what do we got next, G?
I guess we don't have to. We can just beep.
Well, it would be funny if we cut into where we're saying we're cutting that part.
Yeah.
And then we leave all of this in so nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So what's the next subject?
We cut it. Next subject. You ready for this one?
Nope.
Neither am I. You know why?
Because you don't know what it is?
Because it's a freebie.
Oh. All right.
All right, 7 minutes of just talking, I guess.
Yeah, 7 minutes of talking. Anything on your mind lately, G?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing on my mind right now is why you haven't started the goddamn timer.
Oh, I thought I literally just clicked that.
See?
Did you not see me click reset and click it?
No, I mean, I think ultimately what I'm in right now is just being ready for warmer weather.
Oh, dude, that's why I wore shorts today. I'm wearing, so you can see, wearing shorts. My legs are a little white right now, but that's okay. I'm a little white in general.
That's okay, Dad.
That's okay, Dad.
Yeah, I'm excited for spring and summer, and hopefully with vaccinations going up and things slowly opening up, I hope it's in a safe way, but I also hope that, you know, that people kind of come out and and just enjoy it. My biggest fear right now is legit people
is
just
fear
not
itself.
Yes. It's COVID itself. My biggest fear right now is just that people are going to take for granted the things that they missed out on and just become either the same or worse as things were, in the sense of like shows or taking care of your bartenders or taking care of it's just like, I'm just so afraid that people are just going to feel so entitled. It's like, well, like we need to do this now, like you know, instead
I
of
can
just,
see that.
it's just going to be like, hey, thank you.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, like you were saying, warmer weather is coming up. Doing a lot of softball with my daughter right now, so.
When are you going to coach?
Probably never. I don't have enough knowledge of the sport to really. Dude, you laugh at it, but like.
I wasn't laughing. It was more like, really? Like, word?
Whoops, dropped
Nailed
my pen. You gonna bend over and pick it up? Or you want me to? All right, hold on.
No, we had time. Keep on talking.
Nope.
Yeah, where's it at?
I don't know. I'm literally doing this to bother you.
No, I don't see it. I think we lost it.
No, all right.
No. Oh, it's right by your leg, you stupid.
I knew where it was. I was just fucking with you.
I hate you so much. All right, so you're terrible at softball.
Yeah,
so you can't coach.
Well, my knowledge, I can coach probably 4-year-olds to about 12. I would say 10. 12 is pushing it. I can coach that level of like softball, baseball kids. Just because that my knowledge past that is not competitive.
Would you do some like Marshawn Lynch shit and just like start cursing in front of the kids, and then like parents like I'd come up to you and be like, "Y'all trying to come to my camp?"
Yeah,
dude, I love
it's
Marshawn
funny.
Lynch.
So, I coached my nephew. Problem was he's almost 21, so probably about 10, 11 years ago.
Gross.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say I was a bad coach, but definitely like
not the worst.
Was not a good one. So the only reason I was coaching is because for some reason my nephew didn't sign up for baseball on time. So to sign him up, my dad had to become a coach. And no shade to my dad. Yeah, kind of shade to my dad.
No, it's definitely shade.
He has no clue how to do any baseball anything. So he was the head coach and I was the assistant coach.
Yeah, your dad's like good at golf. Why would he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was doing it so his grandson can play baseball. That's literally the only reason he did it. So he had such good intentions, but at the same time, he screwed over 10 other like little dudes that had no idea how to play baseball that entire season.
He was that coach who like put his son as like the starter. There's probably better kids out there.
Oh, definitely not. We did not do that.
Oh, no.
So I will say that for a fact. I did not put my nephew we put him in right field. And for those of you who like know anything about Little League Baseball, that's where you put the people who can't play.
Damn, dog.
Yeah. Sorry, dog. I don't know if my nephew's watching this or not.
Well, I hope you are, and I hope your dreams are crushed and you punch him in the face.
Oh, dude, he stopped playing sports in general because of me, so it's fine.
So yeah, you are a terrible coach, is what you're saying.
Or I'm a really good one and made him realize his passion is not sports but art. So you're welcome for stuff.
For having a shitty coach.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, dude, I don't have enough knowledge on how to be competitive. Like, I don't know how to softball pitch at all. I know I can do mechanics on baseball pitching, but softball pitching,
It's the same sport, though, so what does it matter?
It's not. See, and that's a misconception.
It's the same sport. I don't care what they say.
It's not the same sport.
Besides it being a bigger ball and it's underhand, it's the same sport.
Mechanics are different. Okay, the base paths are different. The rules are different.
So it's first, second, and third, right?
Yeah.
And home plate?
Yeah.
And then there's 3 outs?
Yeah.
3 strikes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Same game.
Okay. Have you followed any, like, Finnish baseball?
I mean, have you? I know we watched that one video one time.
So there's a first, second, third, and home, right?
No.
There's 3 outs?
No. I don't know.
It's a completely different sport.
Yeah.
So you want to sit here and talk shit?
No.
And it's a completely different sport?
It's not. It's a different sport. But baseball,
Boss ball.
baseball and softball are the same sport.
They're not the same
They're
sport
the same
at all.
sport.
Softball is much faster paced and, in my opinion, a superior game to baseball.
To baseball. Have you seen that video of the German like comedian who's like trying to explain baseball
Yeah,
to like
I forget his name.
Hans?
No, it's something with an F. Philo or something.
Was that really stereotypical? Let me just be like, oh, it's Hans.
Yes, it was. That was very fucked up.
Dugan.
Yeah, like Philo Borg, I want to say his name is, but it's close. But not
It's pretty funny. If you guys haven't checked this out, please like go look at this video.
Like, it talks about like, so they hit the ball and then they run to the pillows. That's not even
the pillows.
Yeah.
The pillows.
Terrible at accents, but that's not our fault. We're American.
Yeah, our language is the real English. We won, so therefore
There you go.
we're official. I guess I shouldn't say we because my ancestors were down in Mexico fighting the Spaniards.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't know where the fuck you're talking about. Your people lost the fucking war.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
thanks.
I'm a product of your people losing the war.
So am I. Oh man, it's funny. Like I think about that all the time. Is how I don't know as much knowledge of my heritage as I do. Like I know more American history than I do Mexican history. So then every once in a while, I just get like really like baked, and then just like watch like like documentaries like the history of Mexico. And then I'll watch them in English and Spanish, and then I'm just like, wait, what just happened?
Wait, would you watch them English and Spanish at the same time?
No, it's English with Spanish subtitles or vice versa. No, just kidding.
Like, what the?
No, but it is crazy to look at, like, you think of America and you're just like, okay, Revolutionary War happened, and then it was a Civil War, and then we were fine.
Yeah, and then nothing happened after that.
And then, like, with Mexico, it's like, we had the revolution, and then we had, like, really corrupt stuff, and then we had, like, another revolution, and then we have a lot more corrupt stuff, and then it's like, but then we have like the cartels and like they're taking over, but then our political system is really corrupt still, and like it's a really like random history, especially because like there's like 2 different declarations I think, and like 3 different revolutions.
Yeah.
As compared to like here, we just like have like revolution, Civil War.
I always like hear how they like talk about the Battle of the Alamo, and it's not a positive story. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they got their asses kicked by these people.
And then, yeah, but then they kicked our ass, and then we gave you guys everything.
Yeah,
which is where we're living at now. So I guess it just all worked out.
Oh, and that's time.
Oh man, I was gonna say something, did I forgot? Oh, I was gonna say, U.S. history is America Revolution, Civil War, storm the Capitol. That's like that's forever gonna be in like history, and we were a part of that, and that's really sad that we were. But we'll leave that for another subject, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Oh man.
Good old rando. I love it.
I know. The random subjects are kind of my favorite because We literally talked
Where do we go
about
from there? We
fucking
went from summer to softball to how baseball and softball aren't the same thing to somehow
American history.
American history to Mexican history to like the revolutions that have happened in this continent. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Canadians have been Canadians this whole time, right?
They were French at one point.
Oh yeah, I guess they still are.
Yeah, kind of. All right.
Do they eat croissant?
Yeah.
Do they have an Eiffel Tower over there?
Yes.
I know we do.
Yeah, we have one.
We have like 3 Statue of Liberties. One here in Greeley.
Round 3.
I'm waiting for you to ask me what the next topic is.
I want to leave it in so bad. You really gonna wait?
Well, that's how we format this whole thing.
Oh, we gotta switch it up a little bit at least.
All right, Chris, what's the next topic? Well, thanks for asking, Chris. The next topic is family legacy.
Ooh, this kind of actually goes into what we were just talking about in the free space.
Yeah, it kind of was.
So when I wrote this, I was really thinking about the aspect of like family traditions, the expectations that we've had as humans to like give something like kind of like rotate this like legacy that the family has had, right? And I think it was all because I was like looking into like my ancestry, and I found that that my family goes as far back as the 50s, and being in the same area in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just crazy that we didn't have any knowledge as to like what my family was until like I looked it up, and then like I called like my aunts and uncles, and they were like really interested. So then we just like started like
all just diving into
like, oh, that was like this person, there was this person. But I just think it's crazy. Like there's like traditions and things like that I hope that I inherited eventually from my mom or my grandma or whatever. But yeah, like what are your thoughts about that? Like, do you think that's important to have like that family legacy? Like have like an Arias tradition or anything like that?
Did you just call me?
Arias. Sorry.
Thanks. At least you didn't say areas. That's cool.
Yeah, I went legit.
Yeah, you went like hardcore, like where my ancestors.
And
are from.
you're hurting. You're just like,
yeah,
like you got offended. And I was like, what?
The fuck you call?
It's like it's like when I was in Austin and like they had a street called Guadalupe, and I was like, oh, that's Guadalupe, and they're like, no, it's Guadalupe, and I'm like,
Guadalupe.
I'm like, shut your fucking mouth. It's Guadalupe. Like, yeah.
That's
anyway,
funny.
sorry.
No. Oh, that was a long nose itch. Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Like, I haven't really dove into my family history too much. I really want to do like one of those DNA test kind of things, but at the same time, I don't want a company to own my DNA.
I don't care, man. I don't know.
I
have nothing to hide.
I'm fucking weird, I guess. But one of my uncles looked into our last name. What's the word that's for like looking into history of word etymology? I think it's etymology is the history of where words came from. So we looked into that from our last name, and like turns out we're from like
Portugal,
Jerusalem or something.
Ooh.
And then we transitioned to Spain, and then from Spain came to Mexico, and then from Mexico to the United States.
Yeah, I mean,
or United States transitioned into Mexico, kind of going what we're talking about. I don't know if we were here and then United States crossed us. I don't know what happened.
I think it's kind of weird that we live in a really weird time where some like things like that don't really matter. So like I'm thinking more so in the sense of like growing up, or not even growing up, but just having this like you are the only. Well, I'm not the only son, but I was at one point.
You're the fortunate son?
Yes. No, it ain't me.
I'm glad you picked up on that. So.
But no, like there was like this like pressure that I felt as I was younger. It's like I need to have a son, so the name Astorga can keep on going. And like the older I'm getting, I'm just like I don't know if I really want kids. But also, does that mean that like would that be disappointing to my family? You know, because it's like, oh, the name dies after like with you, but it doesn't because I have like cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it's also,
I mean, if you have brothers and shit, like for me, I have my older brothers are substantially older than me, and like my oldest niece is
like
5 years. Yeah, I think she's 27 maybe now. Anyway, so I have plenty of nieces and nephews to carry on the family legacy or whatever like that. So for me, like my daughter, she can keep her name, she can change her name. I really don't care as long as she becomes a good person. That's all I'm really worried about.
Do you guys have like any traditions, like anything that you guys do like on a yearly basis, like?
I mean, we have like
Christmassy shit or like...
Yeah, so like Christmas Eve we make like Christmas Day we make like menudo and shit like that.
Which is not that bad actually. I tried that this last year.
Yeah.
It's salty.
You said it was oregano-y or something. You didn't say it was salty.
I mean, it's yeah. Anyways.
That's my great grandma's recipe that you're shitting on.
Oh, your great grandma sucked at making menudo.
Wow. You just said it was not that bad.
It wasn't great. I was trying to give you guys the benefit of the doubt.
Wow. I have plenty of Mexicans that have told me it's really good.
Yeah, they were just being nice.
I don't need
They
you.
were just being
You
nice.
know who eats it every year?
Carlos?
Yeah.
That's because he was sleeping with Celeste.
Doesn't count. No, it's actually Celeste's grandparents that I was talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
They're pretty Mexican.
So, I mean, but yeah, do you guys have like a yearly thing besides like holidays that you guys get together or?
We used to go on like a family ski trip for a couple years, but COVID kind of ruined
I
that.
remember that. Remember you telling me that?
Yeah, I mean, we have random shit. Like every year on my birthday for the last like 4 years, we do tequila and laser tag.
That sounds like
which
fun.
is legit. Last year we didn't do it because of COVID.
Never invited you guys, by the way.
Yeah, because it's a family event.
I thought we were family.
What's that?
We're not friends.
Yeah, no, I just pictured Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Family.
We're not friends. We're family. I don't know why I went Batman on that one, but
I don't know. It's not even like Christopher Nolan's Batman. It's like Badman with what's his name?
yeah, with Pete.
Yeah,
Pete Holmes.
Yeah. But yeah, like we have random family traditions, but I think we're going to keep them. Right now, what the problem is, nobody really likes menudo in my household except for my mom, 1.5 of my nephews, and my dad.
Well, that's the hardest thing about like traditions and legacies, man, or expectations that your family has due to just like the way it is. We live in, I mean, especially like with my family, like we're the first generation to be in America, so therefore we're creating our own traditions by being in a different culture.
Yeah, because you're first generation American, American in your family, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's like I look at it in the sense of legacy can also just go with culture, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know I have like family that's like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? And do
yeah,
all
that
this?
very
and,
traditional side kind of pushing on you.
And so it's weird, but it's also, I don't know, like legacy. I think it's important to understand where you came from to know where you're going.
That's very true. I agree with that one.
But I also think that there comes a point where you have to just be like, yeah, this is either outdated or this is just not worth it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I guess my family doesn't really have anything severe like selective wedding, or like we choose your bride, or you have to have like multiple kids, or you have to name your son this because this was your grandfather's name.
Are you gonna name, if you have kids, would you name your son Guillermo?
Fuck no, dude.
It's a pretty name.
Dad, I love you, but that's I go by G for a reason because no one can spell or say my name.
I know how to spell and say it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean now people do, but
it's because I love you.
We're not friends.
We're not friends. We're lovers.
But yeah, I mean, like I'm a junior, so I guess that'd be kind of like a legacy, but that's gonna stop with me for sure. Would you name your kid like if you ever had a son? Chris?
If Morgan was supposed to be a boy,
it would have been Chris.
It's gonna be Jackson Christopher, I think is what we're gonna name him, if I remember correctly. You don't like that, or what?
That's a presidential name right there. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, you guys. Our studio exploded for a quick second, but we're back.
I mean, that was perfect timing, but we're back now.
Yeah, if you're not watching this, please go to our YouTube page and just watch what just happened. It was around like the 31 mark, if you guys want to know.
Yeah, yeah. See, that timer's clutch though, right there, dude.
I love that it's there. All right.
Round 4.
The subject is sports rivalries.
I feel like we already did this one,
We didn't do it.
Or was this part of the lost episodes
Yes.
again? I think that one...
So just what he's talking about is we recorded an episode and then we deleted it on accident.
Well, we deleted it.
Sorry, Mark.
We deleted it.
No, that was a song. That was definitely the song, not this.
Well,
but
you did that too. I watched you not do it
correctly.
correctly.
Neat.
That's fine.
Yeah, sorry. Sports rivalries. Do you have any in particular that you look forward to? I mean, I guess you don't really watch sports, huh?
Yeah. I guess my favorite thing, honestly, it's going to be weird this year because everyone hates the Rockies.
Dodgers.
But I loved going to Rockies-Dodgers games.
I fucking hate the Dodgers.
I
had an ex-girlfriend who was obsessed over the Dodgers, so I'm like, no, I'm good.
You have an ex-girlfriend that's obsessed with almost everything, G. So everything's fucking ruined with you.
No, I mean it's definitely all the relationships were my fault.
That's so sad.
That's the conclusion I just came up with. Is like, oh, they did this and they did that, and they did this.
That's why our relationship's ruined because you fired me.
Yeah, you quit. So Dodgers Rockies.
Yeah. So I was gonna tell.
It's not really a rivalry.
It's definitely a rivalry.
Is it though? Like
it is.
Is it a rivalry just for Colorado people, or is it a rivalry for people in LA?
It was
like when the Rockies go to LA. Is it like the Rockies? It's like
it was a rivalry. When the Rockies were actually doing well,
so
because it was always the Dodgers and the Rockies 1 and 2,
so like
almost every single year.
Like 3 years.
Like fucking 6.
6? No.
Yeah, but
I only think we were good maybe like 4 seasons out of the like 25 that we've been around for.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I'm going to tell a story, but you keep interrupting because you're a douche.
Wait, like a Trevor story?
Ooh, dude. That's a sad topic. Anyway, so one of the very first Rockies games that I took my daughter to was a Rockies-Dodger game. And
it's pronounced Dodgers if you're from
Rockies Dodgers game. And they were doing all right. And then the Dodgers tied it up going into the bottom of the 9th inning. And then Nolan Arenado didn't play this game for some. I know, right? Sad. He didn't play this game for some reason.
Nolan. Sorry,
going back to Batman.
But I did it extremely whiny. Sorry.
But he didn't play this game for some reason. So the 9th inning, they brought him in to hit, and everyone's fucking freaking out, right? So Nolan gets walked. So there's like a runner on, I want to say like 1st and 3rd or something like that.
Okay.
And then DJ LeMahieu comes up to bat.
It
gets more sad.
Oh God.
And yeah, so DJ comes up to bat. If I remember correctly, it was a full count, classic. Dude, this fucking dude just knocks one right over the right field wall for a walk-off home run win against the Dodgers. My daughter just starts fucking crying because she's so excited the Rockies won. Man. And it was probably the greatest baseball moment. I don't know if I'll ever top that moment, dude. It was fucking fantastic.
Not even when we went.
No,
until the mountains come down for like on the or saw the sun come down on the mountains, but then also on like the Rockies logo.
Oh, that time. I thought you were talking about the time where we left early because the Rockies fucking blew it.
I think it was against the Braves. It was because like they the whole pitcher thing.
Who was it? Marquez?
It was like the guy got hit or whatever, and he like stayed on the ground for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
and then it ruined the pitcher.
Yeah, he just fucking iced the pitcher pretty much. But no, yeah, I know when you're talking about.
So like so Rockies is
where we got the McDonald's guacamole burgers for some
stupid reason.
That was so bad.
The thing about rivalries is that it's got to be. I feel like it has to be like a full blown thing, and like not just like one fan's like thoughts. Because like
I disagree.
Like for example, like I hate the Lakers. Like I despise the Lakers. I'm a huge Nuggets fan. I just don't like them. Like when they were losing after Kobe left, I was like, yes, thank you, Jesus. And then LeBron got there, and then they lost that season. I was like, thank you. Like that was just so satisfying. But there's nothing more like realistic than like Real Madrid versus Barcelona, or like Lakers versus Boston. Yankees versus the Red
Boston
Sox.
Again.
Yeah, like those are like the rivalries that I think are awesome, but also like I feel like they've been so tarnished lately. Like they're not as like hype as they used to be.
Yeah, and I know like there was a whole like Broncos versus Chiefs rivalry that was more important to Chiefs fan than Broncos fans because the Broncos
despise the Raiders more than
yeah.
any
I was
other
like
team.
saying the Broncos don't like the Raiders, the Chiefs don't like the Broncos. No one gives a fuck about the Chargers.
And then here's San Diego / LA like, hey,
like I'm here.
Hey,
guys.
like
dude, that was the fucking in the Rockies NL West, the Giants for a little bit.
There was a huge rivalry with the Giants. I remember that. But
the Giants just never did anything for a long time. So like, yeah, fuck them. And then all of a sudden now they're doing really well. The Padres are doing really well.
It's like it kind of flipped.
Yeah, Diamondbacks still fucking suck.
I mean, they have a championship though, so there's that.
Yeah, they do. Because they had fucking Randy.
What about like hockey? Like what's like with the Avs, like there was like the evolution of like
Red Wings.
It was Red Wings. It was Red Wings through the '90s, and then like like mid like
Is
2000s.
that because they played them in like a playoff game?
Yeah, and there was like a huge fight. I think.
Yeah, I don't
I'll have to ask
remember.
Hector about that one.
Yeah,
But
we'll have to talk to.
then they have
Hecky.
like Minnesota Wild was one for a while, and I remember.
Yeah, it's because they
that
beat them in
vividly.
the Stanley Cup that one time.
No,
that was their second Stanley Cup win was against the Wild,
I
right?
don't think so. I think they were both Red Wings. I could be wrong. Anyways,
I'm gonna Google that
Now-
because I'm pretty sure I'm correct.
now I feel like it's a lot more of like Vegas, like Vegas Knights versus like Avs is like the huge one.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I literally stopped watching hockey way before the Vegas Knights were even hockey teams, so
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you.
I'm trying to think of what else there's out there.
I mean, for us, it's-
UNC Duke is a really big one.
well, I guess going like Colorado centric. You remember it was CU Boulder versus Nebraska for a long time.
Yeah, they changed like conferences.
Yeah, they
was
were
fun,
both in the
though.
Big 12. Yeah, I remember going to CU Nebraska game at Folsom Fields, and CU absolutely fucking mopped with the floor with Nebraska, dude. It was like 65 to fucking like 4 or something. That's not a football score. Forget what I just said. But they destroyed them. They were called the Nebraska Kickers for a long time after that. But dude, everybody just fucking ran on the field. It was like 10 degrees. I couldn't feel my fucking legs or my hands or anything. It was great. It was probably best football moment I've had.
All right, that's time.
Oh, look at that.
God, that's a lot of you talking.
You're welcome for having relevant I don't even like sports. I think that's what
That's
the
why
best
I was
part
like.
is.
That's why I was like, dude. Like, come on, give me. Like, sure.
Have better stories, dude.
I was trying to get there, and you're just like, let me tell you this 5-minute story about my daughter crying at a baseball game.
Which is a fucking fantastic story.
It wasn't. Morgan was like 5. She was crying because she had to go pee, and Chris was like, "No, wait."
It was actually 2018. They went to the playoffs that year.
She still had to wait.
They tied with the Dodgers for the
All right.
NL West
No
first
one
place.
cares. No one
and then
cares.
they beat the Cubs.
All right,
in
final
the wild
subject.
card
Final
to
subject.
go lose to the Brewers.
Final subject.
That's your pick.
No, I just picked this one.
No, I fucking saying it's your pick because I don't want to play anymore.
Final round.
Final subject for this podcast episode, which I hope you guys are enjoying. And as always, if you guys have any friends that might like this, please send it their way. We want to get this to be a little bit more entertaining for you guys. And in order to do that, we need some money to get some more cameras and equipment and rent money.
Rent money for sure. But yeah, if you guys like to sponsor this podcast, please let us know. We're working on kind of a package deal for you guys. So
First come, first serve. Like there's going to be a line.
yeah, like there's gonna be a fucking line, dude. Like, come on.
All right, last subject is stand-up.
Ooh, stand up. Ooh, that's a
Just
good one.
stand-up.
You want to go first since you didn't talk at all last round?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just talk for the the first 3 minutes.
All right, and go.
So, stand-up. It sucks where it's leading.
What do you mean by that?
I think that there is like something to be said about stand-up being more and more scared to say things.
That's not true. You're watching the wrong side.
No,
You're
I
full
mean,
of shit. I automatically disagree with you.
see what I mean? I can't even talk
3
for 3
minutes.
minutes.
3 minutes,
Yeah,
go.
see? Jesus Christ. And I understand why it's like that. And I appreciate those comedians who just say fuck it and just do it anyways. So like Bill Burr. Who's Bill Barr? Bill Barr was the Secretary General for I think the Trump administration.
He was.
That's right.
He was
Or
in-
he was a
Not to get political, but he was also indicted on a bunch of.
wasn't it DOC? I don't know. Anyways,
I don't remember.
I'm just saying stuff now. Bill Burr, I mean, he's very unapologetic. Dave Chappelle's like that the same way. And I understand, like, I can understand sometimes where you have to filter that, and there is a fine line as to like where that's like where it's funny and where it's actually offensive. Like, for example, like, there was like this one dude that was like trying to debate saying that he can say the N-word and have this character who goes blackface because it's comedy. It's like, well, no, like you can't do that. You know what I mean? But
I mean, were you asking me because I can't talk for another 2 minutes?
well, you can talk if you want. It's fine.
You just yelled at me
Um,
because I completely disagree with you on this entire subject.
But
Okay.
but you know, I think it's also a turning point for comedy to kind of evolve with the times, but also try to stay true to its nature. You know, you look at like Eddie Murphy's like Delirious, and you're just like, oh, that's not aging well at all. Or like even Richard
He has
Pryor,
that-
you know,
he has
like
that whole bit about getting fucked in the ass.
by
I'm
Mr.
just
T,
like, yeah, I'm just
or not
like,
Mr. T. What's his name?
I don't remember.
I Pity the Fool.
Yeah, it's Mr. T.
Is it Mr. T?
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm thinking of Ice-T. There you go. Never mind. Because it's just of the T. Anyways.
Racist.
No, because it's
All black
Ice-T,
people look the
Mr.
same to
T,
G.
and
Ice T, Mr. T, Ice Cube,
Yeah, so that's different.
Vanilla Ice.
Because that cultural,
I feel like I was
cultural appropriation by Vanilla Ice.
I feel like I was slam poetrying right there for a
just
second.
a little bit. But yeah, man. I mean, like I guess ultimately, the question I'll ask you is, like, you think it's still okay to watch stand up from back then and still try to appreciate it to that level? Like, I think the biggest problem we're running into right now is being like, you can't say that anymore, so therefore you shouldn't watch that.
I don't know. I can't talk for another 30 seconds.
No, I mean, I'm asking you a question, so it's fine.
So no, I don't agree with that. Like, there's a whole like time and place argument that people have, but at the same time, you always have to take comedy
Not seriously.
Not seriously.
Yeah.
So if somebody says something very against your values,
Very Ricky Gervaisy.
yeah, it's on purpose. It's purposely to offend you and piss you off.
I mean, that's pretty much what our thing is about, is when Chris shits on me, you guys like it, so there you go.
Figuratively and literally. We just don't record the literally.
Oh, we do. We just haven't started OnlyFans yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Gross. I'm not a part of this. It's disgusting.
You have to make it a thing now, dude.
Nope.
So I guess kind of going what you're saying is like comedians are
In
trying
cars
to
getting coffee.
trying to censor themselves. I completely disagree. I think comedians are going hard in the opposite direction, dude. You're just watching the wrong fucking comedy.
Oh no, I mean, because we like the same. We like the same comedians.
I think I'm more of a fan of comedy than you are, though.
No,
I watch way more comedy than you do.
I'd say we're.
Oh,
even.
now we're
even.
flexing. We're definitely not even.
I'd say we're even.
We're 100% not even.
I would say we're even.
I
That's
watch
not my
way more
view.
comedy than you.
Sure, I mean,
Hands down.
I mean, if that's what you, sure, if that makes you feel better, you can say that, but you don't.
Just because of your viewpoint on what comedy these days are is
Wait,
completely
who
off base.
saw Coming to America and who didn't?
The fuck does that have
That's
to do
what
with
I'm saying.
stand-up comedy?
Boom.
The fuck does that have to do with stand-up comedy?
It has the greatest stand-up
Eddie
comedian of
Murphy
all time.
hasn't done
All right.
any stand-up comedy
Okay.
in like 2 decades.
All right, so here's a good question for you: who's the better stand-up comedian, Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy?
Richard Pryor.
Don Rickles. Oh my
Oh,
god,
he was
dude,
pretty good.
dude,
though.
Don Rickles is hard to listen to. There was a
Don
like,
Rickles is so
dude.
fucking,
No, I love Don
it's
Rickles because
so- it's
he's
scary.
such a dick, but it's like
It's just-
so
yeah.
good. Like
It's
he's
so harsh,
He's like
dude.
the OG like roast master for sure. But there was one where he's I was hosting Vinyl Night at Tower 56, and we
nice plug there.
well, now it's 477 Distilling here in downtown Greeley, by the way. We had Vinyl Nights on Sundays, and it was just me and the bartender, and he had a Don Rickles album. I was like, "Oh, let's play it. You know, this would be really funny." And it's like, as soon as it starts, he's like, "Oh yeah, and the Mexican up front here, and the black guy right here, or the Negro right here," and you're just like, "Whoa!"
Hey,
And he's all, "Anyway, gang," you know, he does like the whole like,
fucking moves on.
yeah, that would not survive now. You know, like that's.
It would. It's the problem is that
But he wouldn't be as big now if he came in now and did that kind of style.
he wouldn't have been as popular, but at the same time, it's like that style of comedy still exists because there is still such a hard pushback with comedy against what is politically correct.
True comedians are also know that there is that adversity that goes towards it, and so I mean, I enjoy
You want to hear more
comedy.
about adversity? Check out our last podcast.
Yeah, there you go. There is something to be said. Like, I don't know. I love comedy. I enjoy it. I like feeling uncomfortable for sure. Like, but I think there is something to be said that there is now a line that you cannot cross, in the sense of like, I mean, yeah, that line is like so thin too sometimes. Like Dave Chappelle getting in trouble for like the trans jokes, you know, and he just like is like doing it's just like if I can't. The
thing about the jokes that he got in trouble for is like he literally didn't even say anything offensive.
No, for sure.
People are
But
just
this
like,
is-
he's
but this is-
talking about
but this is
my class of people that I don't like.
But this is the thing that I appreciate what he said about it. He's like, if I can't say these jokes in front of a person who's transgender, I shouldn't be saying these jokes at all. Because he was like, there was a person in the crowd that was transgender. He's like, and I like didn't know that, and they came up to him. He's like, that was the funniest thing ever. Like, it was nice to be normalized in the sense of like being made fun of like everyone else, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's a big problem with comedy is like people want to get offended, like, oh, you can't make Mexican jokes or whatever. But by saying you can't do a joke is saying like this class of people isn't worth making fun of.
No, but it's also I think
It's just
for a lot of comedians like Dave Chappelle and Bill Barr, did that on purpose. I'm sorry, I had to.
I'm sure you did.
Is the simple fact that that's a challenge for them to be like, well, I'm gonna find a way to make a joke. Like even Ricky Gervais is like that. Like make a joke.
Oh God, Ricky Gervais
to make
is
it
so funny.
Oh yeah, he has zero fucks man, for sure. But
so many fucks that
have
are just
like
gone.
have like a skit that's like this has got to be so good that it's okay for me to say it, kind of thing. Right?
Oh, and that's time.
That's done. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't disagreeing with you. I just think that's like where
Yeah,
like
well,
the
I was
climate.
disagreeing with you, so that's fine.
Oh, I fucking hate you. All right.
If you guys have any opinions on stand-up comedy and why G is completely off base and how I love comedy more than G, please let me know and reaffirm my opinions in the comments.
We need to do a Facebook poll. It's like, who do you like more?
Oh, what did we say? It's we had one. It's like who's better or something like that, and it just said G or Chris, but it was like a super vague question. It wasn't even who do you like better.
Yeah.
It was just like who, G or Chris or something.
Like who can eat a whole pizza by themselves? G or Chris?
Who could eat? Not see. Okay, that question, both of us could. The real question is
How fast?
Who could eat a whole pizza by themselves quicker?
That'd be, oh, man, that's
See?
competitive though. That's a competitive
See?
one.
See,
Is this one of those Facebook Lives ones that we're gonna do? Just dude, oh my god.
That's gonna go on our OnlyFans.
I mean, I think the first one has to go on Facebook Live and just see,
Oh, yeah.
like have like a pizza eating contest.
We should, definitely put that up as a poll. Who can eat a whole pizza to themselves first, G or Chris?
That sounds
And
disgusting.
it's kind of funny because they're like, okay, who's fatter?
If I win, fuck you guys.
And if I win, yeah, you're right. It's so funny.
Now I'm scared to do that, but we have to now.
Yeah, we have to know. We're just gonna cut this part out anyway.
No, we're not. We're keeping that in for sure.
I'm not keeping it.
If you guys like what you guys are hearing and enjoying this wonderful show, please make sure to rate us on any type of podcast that you can do that on. Make sure you also like us and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and however you get your podcast. It does help with the algorithm, which will get us more viewers and definitely more content.
Yes. Anyway, you ready to go on the final round?
The final round. What was the final round?
Was it the final round?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.